Hey, what's up everyone? Hope everyone's having an epic day. I thought I'd jump on because I really wish I had a tool like this when I was going through university. When I was studying, I found it quite a struggle going through all the lecture slides and trying to pull the relevant information out of it and getting things sorted in my head. It was really challenging for me to come up with a schema of what was going on, what was relevant, what was the foundational ideas, and what were the little details I could learn later. And this tool is really useful for that. And the tool isn't just useful for studying, but that's how I am using it at the moment. It could be used in business. It could be used for looking up things on the internet and finding big reports and pulling out certain information from those reports. Or maybe you have a big spreadsheet and you can't quite make sense of it, so you want to find out what the spreadsheet is telling you or what the trends are. So it's called NotebookLM. I'll share my screen so that you can see it. Let me just pull it up. Here it is, 3, 2, 1, and it's on the screen now. So NotebookLM. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of different medicine topics all loaded in there, but you can use your notebooks for different things. So I've got cardiovascular medicine, some pharmacology, microbiology, gastrointestinal medicine. So these are different topics across medicine. But the cool thing about it is what you can do with it. So let's jump into cardiovascular medicine for a bit. So don't be scared by the 3 different areas on the page. I'll go through each of them succinctly. So on the left, we have the resources that you can upload. These can be YouTube videos. These can be documents. These can be spreadsheets. They can be a bit of text that you've found on the internet. Whatever it is, you can put it in. You can add resources like this. Could be websites, could be files, could be from your Google Drive. It could be copied text, whatever. You can even search the internet if you want to look something up specifically. So have a play with that. That's up to you, what resources you want. And you want it all to be sort of relevant to each other and put it in a certain notebook. So this notebook that I've got open here, everything relates to cardiovascular medicine. So there's a certain YouTube channel that I follow to reference medical topics. So you can see over here, if I click on one of the resources, this one's about aortic diseases, and you can see that that's the thumbnail, but it just has what the resource is and the transcript. And if I really want to watch the video, I can
Rent bold.
We can pause that for now. We don't have to watch that. And in the middle here, I can ask any question I want relevant to all these topics or all these YouTube videos, and it will just use the YouTube videos or the sources that you upload into your notebook. The cool thing about NotebookLM, as opposed to other tools on the internet that use AI, is NotebookLM is really good at referencing just the resource that you have. So it will be accurate to your information. A lot of people are worried when they use AI that it might hallucinate or it might get creative with some of the answers. NotebookLM they've turned the creativity down, turned the hallucinating down, so it only references the resources that you put in here so that it doesn't deviate from those resources. And if you do ask a question and it doesn't have an answer in those resources, then it will tell you. It will tell you this is out of the scope of the resources that you've provided. So maybe we want to learn a little bit about congestive heart failure. So I might say, what is the fundamental ideas behind congestive heart failure? And once you ask that question, it'll go away. It'll start looking through all the resources. This is probably hundreds of hours of YouTube videos on the left, and it'll pull out the relevant information for it. So as we can see here, it says what it is. It goes through different categories, so left heart failure, right heart failure, and high output failure. And then it goes a little bit more into systolic failure, which this HFrEF is heart failure with reduced ejection fraction, and it goes into what that topic is actually about and the fundamentals behind it, right? And so you can very easily get all the information you need, and it even has references to the resources as relevant. So if we click on one of the resources, then it will pull up the video that is from. So that's really handy. And then you can just keep going deeper and deeper into these subjects, provided that the content and the resources has that information in it. So how can I distinguish stable angina from acute coronary syndrome? And I'll look at all the resources again and then come up with an answer to give you the answer to those questions. So really helpful if you need to get these ideas straight in your head. If you're studying for a certain exam, or if you just want to brush up on some knowledge, this is really useful. It doesn't have to be just restricted to medicine. It could be for finance. It could be for management. It could be for history. It could be for anything you want. As long as you put the right resources in on the left there and upload them, then you can very quickly pull out information from it. And then there's even more magic that happens in the right column. So they call it the studio area, and you can get an audio overview, or you can get mind maps, reports, flashcards. And quizzes are really helpful for when you're studying for exams and really trying to solidify that knowledge. You might try and make a data table. Let's pull up a mind map. So it's just generating the mind map based on the 16 sources. So these are the sources on the left here. It takes a little bit of time to go through, but as it's thinking, it's going through all those sources. And then notice that if we click into it, we can learn more about aortic diseases. And then if we want to go into subtopics about pathophysiology of an aortic dissection, you have to think about the intimal tear, the false lumen formation, blood propagation. If we want to go into diagnosis, then we think about the tools we use: ECGs and chest x-rays, CT angiogram, T-toe, transesophageal echo. Or you might want to think about treatment. So Stanford A, emergency surgery; Stanford B, medical management. So all these ideas are split up in nice, easy to understand topics and subtopics. And if you don't know much about a certain topic, then you can click on one of them. So we may want to go into learning about aortic dissection and the causes of it. So if we click on the causes, then we go back to that chat column, and then it thinks about what the causes are for the aortic dissections. And then it gives you a nice summary of the causes. So you can really explore these ideas and look into these topics and really learn about the subject and fill in the gaps in your mind to understand the subject in a fuller way. It's really handy for students, but as I said, it's not just a useful tool for students. It's useful for lots of people. You could be using it for, say you attend a lot of meetings and you're running a company and you want to learn what happened in the meeting in March 2023, what projects were going on, who was allocated different tasks. So if you upload all your meeting minutes from all the meetings, and then you ask in the chat what was going on in March 2023 with the business, then it will give you a summary of what was happening and what were the financials around that time. Are we increasing our profitability, or are we making a loss compared to then? So there's lots of ways you can use NotebookLM, and I'm really excited. I've only just really dived into the tool, but I think it will make a huge difference in my studying. I know I've got exams down the line, and if I can get ideas straight in my head now, then it'll make it a lot easier down the line when I have to sit those exams. So just thought I'd share that with you because I think this tool is really exciting. I think it could help a lot of people out there, especially the students out there. I've graduated from university now, but I wish this tool was there when I went through university. So that's all from me. Really excited by these kinds of things that are coming out. I know it's a scary time when there's so much talk about AI and we don't really know where it's going. But if you can use AI in the right way to rocket ship your life, then it can really help you gain the momentum you need in this crazy world we live in. So that's all from me for today. Hope everyone has an epic week, and I'll catch you later. Peace.